If you're on keto, I'm guessing one of the things you miss the very most is bread. And I recently discovered how to make a really good keto bread. But how about French bread pizza? Do you remember that? We used to get the half a loaf of French bread with sauce and toppings on it. It was so good. I'm going to try and create a version of that that's keto and low carb. Hi, welcome back to Keto Over 50. I'm RJ. Let's get started. I've modified my regular bread recipe, and I'm going to give this, I think French bread has a little more texture, a little more chew. So I'm changing up some of the ingredients to see if we can't accomplish that, and I'm going to bake it in a different kind of pan. So stick around till the very end and you'll discover with me if what I've discovered is worth keeping. I think it's going to be great. Okay, instead of 6 eggs, I'm going to add 5 eggs. I always want to watch how many eggs are in there. It's great for protein, which is fantastic. Now, I'm using a 1/4 cup of melted butter, just like last time in the original bread recipe that you guys loved. And I'll link that down below too, because that was so popular. Oh, I love it. And just like in the original recipe, I had blended cottage cheese and blended ricotta cheese, but I changed the quantities. And don't worry about a thing, because I'm going to put the recipe down below in the description. Few people had trouble finding it last time, but it's there. It'll be there. So I'm using a 1/3 cup of cottage cheese and a 1/4 cup of blended ricotta, because I think the ricotta adds a lot of texture. And big new addition, big surprise, I'm putting in 2 ounces of cream cheese, not blended. It's the only thing in here that's not blended. So we've got 3 kinds of cheese, but we're not done yet. There's going to be 4 by the time I'm done. I'm feeling mighty cheesy. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of, where'd my tablespoon go? Here he is. He was hiding under everything else. I'm just going to add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar with the mother. Come on, mama, get in there. Don't want to forget anything else. Okay, that's it for our wet ingredients. And I'm going to go ahead, before I even blend this together, I'm going to add some of the dry ingredients. Now, I put this all into 1 little cup. It's xanthan gum, baking powder, and salt. Last time y'all said you didn't see me add that, so I'm making a big show of adding it so that you know. And the quantities and the amounts are down below in the description. In my original bread recipe, I used 1.5 tablespoons of coconut flour. That smells so good. This time I'm using 1/4 cup, which is more because I added more cheese, some more cheese. And I'm going to add 1.25 cups of almond flour, a little bit more almond flour, because I wanted to have more of that texture. I'm adding about 1/3 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. You could use grated. In fact, that would probably be even better. I'm going to add a little bit. Actually, that ended up being 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And this is an old trick that I use a few times. It's blended, ground flaxseed and chia seed mix. I always make a little batch of ground, I want to say blended, ground flax seeds and chia seeds. And I have 2 tablespoons of that I'm going to add to this too, because I think it's going to give it that structure that I'm going for. I think that's it. Let's blend this up and see what we've got. Okay. I had to stop for a minute and clean up. I got it all over myself. Oh, RJ, you're making a mess as usual. Today was a special mess day because I spilt my coffee on my bedside table. It went everywhere. And I want to thank my lovely and talented friend Wendy, who is You'd think she was on commission trying to sell a steam cleaning machine, and she came over and cleaned everything for me. So everything else is in the washing machine. So sometimes we have those days where I don't know if it's our motor skills or what, but everything's going everywhere. So bear with me. Now I have something else that I was thinking of doing. Now, some of you like garlic and some of you don't. If you don't like garlic, don't use this. But I took about a half a clove, only because it was falling apart, and that's really what I had, was a half a clove. And all you have to do is cut off the tops so it looks like that, and then put it on a piece of foil, drizzle some olive oil over it, and cook it until it's soft and mushy. And I could basically just squeeze this and all the cloves will come out. Boy, are my hands going to smell great after this. You just squeeze it out and the cooked clove pops right out. Caramelized, roasted cloves of garlic. And I want to make sure I got all the paper, all the skin off of it so that that doesn't end up in the bread. It's everywhere. So I'm just going to give this a coarse chop so that you don't bite in and get a giant clove of garlic. So there we go. We've got a little bit of diced garlic. And the thing is too, if you don't like eating garlic like in a Caesar salad or all the different ways you could put garlic, if you've never tried it caramelized like this before, wow, you owe it to yourself to try it because it totally changes the texture and the taste. In fact, one of the toppings I'm going to put on our pizza today is toasted pine nuts. That is another flavor where if you eat a raw pine nut, they taste totally different than once you toast them. And all I did to toast them was I put them in a little saute pan on the stove on medium high, and you want to watch it because they're very expensive and you don't want them to burn. And you just want to toss them or stir them until they start to look a little brown. That's it. And it just changes their whole flavor. So good. Okay, I'm going to stir that garlic in here. I don't think I need to use the beaters because I do still want some chunks. Oh gosh, they add to the color too. It's beautiful. Now, big trick, I am not making this in a loaf pan, not my wide, big loaf pan or my narrow one. I thought, I'm really thinking the French bread pizza. I wondered how it would do in a 13x9 pan. So I have this pan all ready to go. And I'm going to spray it with some of this wonderful new Frizzle high heat cooking oil that I got at Costco. It's from Graza, and they make the olive oil that I use. That's great. Now everything in my kitchen is olive oil coated. I just want a little oil, even though I have parchment in the pan. I think it will work. And I'm going to bake the French bread pizza crust, I think is what we're going to call this. I want it to be much thinner than a loaf of bread, of course. And I am just going to spread this around so that it hits all four corners. And I'm going to do it like any other pizza where you bake this first. And then I may turn it out onto a cookie sheet to top it and roast it again. But for right now, I really wanted to make sure the size was just right. And you can see if you cut this into 12 pieces, 3 down the middle and 4 this way, that would be a nice hunk of pizza. French bread keto pizza. On the regular bread, I used toasted sesame seeds. And while it's really not, they just went all over me. While it's really not anything I've ever seen in a pizza crust, I thought it's going to add a little bit of crunch, a little texture, and some flavor. I'm going to start checking it at around 25 or 30 minutes. And let's see what happens. Stick around till the end when I top it, and we're going to taste it and see how it does. It's done. Not the whole pizza, but the French bread part. And I want you to be able to see it. Look at this. I wanted it to get a little golden. So for the last 10 minutes, it only took 30 minutes total. And at 25 minutes, I put it up to 365 just so we'd get that golden brown top, because this is not just going to be French bread pizza. This could be amazing French bread. And I wanted to see, geez, I hate to cut into it, but I want to try a piece just plain, just a wee little piece. Make sure it's all done inside. Anytime you make something for the first time, you always want to check it. Oh, the texture is amazing. And you know what? I could smell the Italian seasoning in it. I only used half a teaspoon, and I thought I would be smelling the garlic, but because I caramelized it first, oh, it smells like that smell when you first walk into an Italian restaurant and you're smelling all the wonderful things there. If you're enjoying the content, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe and share. I'm so close to getting to 4,000 watch hours, and I would really appreciate your help with that. And if you stay till the very end too. Okay, here we go. Yes! Along with the caramelized garlic, I think caramelized onions would be really good on this too. All right, so let's make a pizza. Okay, so I'm using Carbone's pizza sauce. Most of us on keto use Rayo's because it's very low in carbs. This is 3 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, so it's only 1 net carb. That's for a 1/4 cup serving. I think when you're eating a slice of this, you're not going to hit a 1/4 cup. And when I was talking about 12 slices, if you look here, and you draw it into thirds lengthwise and quarters widthwise, you've got 12 slices, and then you know exactly your macros. And I will put it all down below with the recipe and the recipe for my original bread recipe, so you can see how this differs from that. So, okay, let's get started with this. It's still very warm, and I just jacked the oven up to 425, just like when you make a regular pizza. But I think I'm just going to, you can always tell when I'm thinking, I kind of check out. I'm thinking of putting it on a cookie sheet instead, because I wanted it in the 13 by 9 pan to get the depth, like a French bread, you know? Look at all the moisture in the pan. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to put it on a baking sheet, a cookie sheet, was to help it get crispy. Now you can see everything perfectly, right? Put a lot of sauce on. I have a friend who likes sauce but doesn't like cheese. I love cheese. I'm like, give me her cheese, whatever you like. And this is just a 1 carb per serving shredded mozzarella. I'm sorry. My friend who came over and helped me this morning has been, I want to say yelling at me, but I'll just say tutoring me on how to speak Italian when it comes to cooking. So I'm spreading on the mutz, like M-U-T-Z, the mutz. And she got so mad at me for saying ricotta, rigot. I did not grow up with the authentic pronunciation, but if she's going to watch my videos, I better do it right. So I'm spreading the mutz. God, I hope I said that right. Okay, I can't even use that whole bowl. Now, I have the parm. It's just good quality shredded Parmesan cheese. This is something, and I love it with goat cheese, the mix of toasted pine nuts. The combination, you could use black olives, mushrooms, green peppers. What a great day this is turning out to be. I hope you're having a great day too. So I'm using pepperoni, and I got to tell you something. I don't like turkey bacon. I don't like turkey bologna or anything else turkey, but I really prefer turkey pepperoni. That's all I have to do with this. Look at that. How fantastic. All right, let's see how long it takes. Well, it's been in at 425 for 8 minutes, and I want you to see what it looks like. It looks wonderful, but it needs a little bit more. And what I want to do is put the broiler on. So I'm going to turn off the oven and put it under the broiler for just a few minutes, and I'm going to watch it really close so we can get the cheese to boil and melt and cook all that wonderful mutz and parm. And I lowered the top rack from the broiler down one, so it's not going to get cauterized and burned to death. It'll just take a few minutes, and we're going to have Keto French Bread Pizza. How exciting. I'm so glad you're joining me today for this as I experiment with all kinds of new keto bread. It's one of the things, I found a great keto pasta, the Carefree Kitchen pasta, which you can make mac and cheese or any Italian dish. I make great meatballs. I made sweet and sour meatballs the other day. When I make them, I split a batch. So I have half Italian and half sweet and sour, and put half of them in the freezer for later. There's just so many things you can do with keto. And of course, there's sweets and desserts. So it just makes it so exciting and so easy to stick to the food plan when you don't ever feel like you're deprived of certain things. Oh, perfect. Okay. That only took like 2 minutes. This is in real time. Look at the difference. Look at how gorgeous that is. Oh. Had a bad spot on my pot holder. Whoa. This is so exciting. Again, I'm taking off my paper binders and I'm using the pot holders to do that. Well, I'm going to take a piece from where I cut in before. Seriously, if you have an air fryer, this is so good the next day or later if you just put it in the air fryer. Okay, now I'm talking French bread pizza, so I'm going to serve it like a real French bread pizza, I hope. The way I've been going today, making a mess of everything, we'll all find out together, okay? Let's see here. Oh, I did it. Yay. Okay. Now, aside from the chunk I took out of there earlier, I think that looks pretty dynamite. Ooh, the bottom is crispy. What do you think? I think this is very exciting. It looks like a French bread pizza. Do you remember the old Stouffer's frozen French bread pizza? Oh, pepperoni. And what was it? Deluxe with everything on it. Okay, now forgive me. I'm going to take my first bite with a fork. Dare I say, this tastes like pizzeria pizza. Not regular pizza. It's French bread. Can you see this in here? It's really good. Whoopsie. There we go. It's like a bread, like a deep dish pan pizza. I stopped eating pizza when I went on keto. I forgot what it's called. Like a deep dish pan pizza. You can experiment with this and add whatever toppings you want. Put the Italian seasoning in it or don't, however you like it. The caramelized garlic just adds a nice warmth to it. It's another huge success. Let's hear it for bread and pizza and Keto Over 50. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate the views, the comments, thumbs up. I really appreciate you staying till the end. Let me know if you've been missing French bread pizza on keto. And if you make it, please let me know that you enjoyed it. And you can make the French bread by itself, with or without the Italian seasoning, with or without the caramelized garlic. You can put sesame seeds on top of it, whatever you like. This is another avenue, another great way to enjoy your keto plan. Thank you for joining me. This is RJ for Keto Over 50. Stay beautiful, because you know you are.